I wanted to say first that I really miss you and miss seeing you in person. And when I sit before sharing a video like this, I always think of you and reflect on the questions that I've received from some of you to see if there's any way that I can be of support with that. Which is why over these last few months I've been mostly sharing about ways that I've found helpful to navigate the incredibly big emotional waves that have been coming for me and from many of you that I've heard from. What I wanted to share today is a way that I find it helpful to unblend from mind states, especially the really sticky ones like doubt and all forms of self-judgment. Self-doubt, self-judgment, the ways that we create a story that actually ends up limiting who we believe we are. And whereas with common challenging emotions, the practices that I share tend to be ones of reminding us that we can find them in our body, find the visceral experience of that emotion in our body and turn towards it and make a home for it to show itself whilst unblending from it, so that we remember that that emotion is not the whole of who we are. It feels a little more intractable with these mind states. And what I feel and have found supports me is to practice yoga asanas in a way that invites the structural form of my body to become very steady. So by the structural form, I mean basically the skeleton and the muscles, but mostly it's referring to the arms and the legs, and with that the hips and the shoulders. So there's a stability and a steadiness that helps to create a space for my breathing body to be more at ease. The breathing body I experience as my abdomen and my diaphragm, my lungs and my rib cage. And so when there's a stability in the structural body, in the arms, the legs, the hips, the shoulders, and a sense of naturalness and ease in the breathing body, I find that it's easier for my attention to align itself with that naturalness and ease of the breathing body. And from that alignment, I find I can then invite in even these very sticky and often pernicious mind states, so that the mind states, the thoughts, the beliefs, can be held by the breathing body, can be included within the breathing body, rather than aligning with the doubt, the judgment, which in turn manipulates the breath and therefore the mind and our actions. So it's this reorientation through the stability, the steadiness of the structural body, that we come back to a naturalness and an ease in the breathing body. And an invitation there with practice to align ourselves with that naturalness and ease, which offers that same space of hosting and holding even these thoughts and beliefs that otherwise control us and direct us. So we're going to begin, I'll say first that I'm going to use 2 of these cork bricks, so if you have them, that will be great. If you have just one, that's fine. If you don't have any, you'll still be able to join in the practice. So if you have a brick, or a foam block, have it nearby. Come to sit however you're comfortable, up with support. I'm sitting on a folded blanket, and I like to have another one underneath my legs so that the legs are grounded. And if you have one of these bricks, we're going to do a few practices first just to enliven the chest, the breathing body in the shoulders, the chest, the lungs. If you have a brick or a foam block, hold it in front of you. If you don't, you're just going to extend the arms as if you were holding it. Take a deep inhale, straighten the elbows completely, stretch the fingers. And then exhale and lift your brick up. And as you lift your brick up and take the arms back, extend your neck forward a little so that the chin drops a bit. And lift your thumbs more than the little fingers so you feel the back ribs broaden and lift. Pressing the arms back helps lift the front chest anyway. Keep the elbows completely straight. So if the elbows can't be straight when you're holding a brick or a foam block, then either take something wider or don't hold anything so that the hands can be wider apart. And lift your hands, your brick, if you're holding it, up towards the sky. And see if you can experience the circumference of your chest and perhaps even the circumference of your diaphragm. Wide, like a wide circle, a ring, front, back and sides. And then keeping the lift of the chest, bring your arms down and take the brick or the foam block behind you if you're using it. Have it first of all on the floor or on the bolster if you're sitting on a bolster. And again, straighten the elbows. If you can't straighten the elbows holding the brick, then hold the sides of your mat instead, or hold a strap so your hands can be wider. So first of all, having the hands or the brick on the floor, and check that here you're not pushing the diaphragm forward. So remember, you want to keep the sense of the circumference. So dropping your chin helps us remember to keep the width at the back of the chest as well. Taking the heads of the arm bones, the shoulders back, and yet also maintaining the breadth in the back of the body. And then if you can, you could lift the arms up. So if you don't have a brick, you could clasp your hands together or hold a strap. And then exhale and bring your hands down. And then inhale and extend your arms in front of you. Bring your right upper arm on top of the left. If you can, wrap the wrists in the hands. Stretch your fingers. Lift the elbows, press the forearms away from you. And again, slightly drop your chin, but more by lengthening your neck forward so you really feel the space behind the heart widen. Release your jaw, open your mouth. Take a breath out through your mouth. Keep space between your back teeth. And then bring your head neutral, so you're lifting the front and the sides of the chest as well, maintaining that space in the back of the chest. And now your right arm's on top, your left arm's underneath. You're going to keep the right arm, the top arm, traveling up and the left arm traveling down. Take your hands towards each other behind your back, but first pause without touching your back for a few breaths. And then either stay here or take a strap between your hands, or if you can hold your hands, but keeping that left shoulder back. Feeling now as you pull on the hands or the strap, if you've got that you can lift the front and the back and the sides of the chest and the diaphragm up. And then exhale and release. Bring your arms round in front of you, and this time the left arm over the right. Wrap the wrists in the hands. Lift your elbows, press the forearms away. Extending your neck forward, the chin can come slightly down for the first few breaths. Breathing into the back of the heart, and then bring the head neutral. Lift the front and the sides of the chest as well. Your top arm keeps going up, the left arm up, the right arm down. Pause without touching your back or your head for a few breaths. Holding the hands or holding a strap. Keep the right shoulder back, the left inner upper arm close to your ear. And feeling still the circumference of the chest. Now keeping your right hand where it is. Bring the left all the way round to join palms together behind your back. And rather than using your hands to push the chest forward, feel like you're using your hands to lift the chest up and then widen your lower back ribs back into the heel of the hands. So you're staying broad and lifted, front, back and sides of the chest. And then straighten your arms, clasp your hands and stretch the arms back. And then releasing the hands and twist to the right so you can have your brick behind you for your right hand, left hand to the right knee, but the elbows wide, maintaining that sense of breadth in the whole circumference of the rib cage and the diaphragm. Push your knee into your hand as you pull your hand onto the knee. Inhale to the center and to the left. Pressing the knee into the hand, hand to the knee, and then press your other hand to the brick or the floor behind you to keep your spine upright. Inhale to the center, right hand to the floor to the side of you, left hand just gently holds the crown of your head, and then extending the side ribs, feeling space in between each of the ribs on that left side. Descend the left sit bone. Inhale to the center and to the second side. Release your jaw all the time. Inhale to the center. And then just moving a little in your body if you feel to notice if there are places that you're holding tight. And if you want to change the cross of your legs or change the position that you're seated in, then do. You could give your pelvis a little shake so you feel the ground and quietly close your eyes. Open your mouth wide. Yawn if a yawn is here. And then bring your fingertips back to either side of your hips, on the floor or on a bolster if you're sitting on a bolster. Pressing your fingertips down to lengthen the sides of the body and to come back to an awareness of the stability that is offered to the ribcage from the shoulders, engaging the shoulder blades onto the back, lifting the underside of the armpits. And a slight lift of your outer ankles, hugging the outer ankles in towards the inner ankles to remind the stability also in the hips, so that the abdomen is stable. If it helps you, feel free to leave the hands there. Otherwise, once you feel you can maintain that stability, you can bring your hands to rest wherever they're comfortable. Taking a soft sigh. As you bring your attention now to noticing how your body breathes in this shape. And to noticing also where you feel your body breathing. You're simply holding the form so you can experience the naturalness and ease of your breathing body. If you've noticed that when your attention turns towards your breathing, you collapse in the body, then return your attention periodically to maintaining this support, stability, so that there can be a naturalness and ease in your breathing. inviting your attention to rest with this naturalness and ease. As our attention begins to move out of a fixation that we might have been involved with in the mind and come into the body and the breath, you might notice particular emotional tones and flavors that are here right now. And just invite those also to be held within the naturalness and ease of your breathing. To be included in your breath. As if the sphere of your breath holds all other experiences. And a naturalness and ease of breathing means that you allow the breathing body to do whatever it needs to do in this shape and in this moment. It also means that you don't hold your body rigid, but that you allow your body to respond with movements, if need be, in order to release in areas that there's tension, in order to facilitate breathing into places that are stagnant or collapsed or stuck. So we begin to discover and explore together how it feels to align ourselves with our breathing, to be guided by our breathing. As you inhale, broaden the diaphragm, lift the chest. You could also bring the palms to meet now in front of the heart in a prayer position. Keeping the heart, the chest, the lungs lifted, exhale and bow the forehead in towards the space of the heart. When you're ready, keeping the heart lifted, quietly release the hands. Softly open your eyes before you raise your head. And then stretch out your legs. Spread the toes, make the ankle joints firm and the knee joints firm. When you're ready to, clear any blankets or cushions out of the way and make your way into a dog pose. You can come first into a child pose, extending your arms forward. And then maintaining that distance as you lift yourself up into a dog pose. Pressing the tips of the fingers down, the underside of the knuckles of the fingers down, especially the thumb and the index finger. So that from that base you can lift the inner upper arms up. The arm bones keep lifting up towards the ceiling. Pressing the outer knees back, the tops of the thighs back, the fronts of the ankles back. Keep lifting the inner legs up. And then from the stability of the arms and the legs, just for a moment or two, feel your breathing body in this shape. And then as you inhale, step your feet forward. Take your hands onto bricks or onto a chair seat if you don't have bricks, so that you can have lots of height to extend the chest forward and press the thighs back. So you can really feel, once again, the entire circumference of the rib cage, front, back and sides, extending forward. The thighs pressing back, the pelvis extending forward, the rib cage extending forward, so the abdomen is very long. Lift the kneecaps. Keep pressing the outer knees back as you bring your hands lower. Keeping your hands in contact with something, so whether if they're not on the floor, keep in contact with the chair or the bricks. And then inhale and concave your back again, hands back onto the bricks or the chair seat. Grip the hips so you can exhale and you're steady as you bring your hands to the hips and your shoulder blades onto your back. And then from the hips and the shoulder blades, inhale and come up. So again, the breathing body is held steady all the time. You can inhale and reach your arms up as well. And then exhale and bring the arms down and rest your hands on your lower belly. If you have a brick, you can take one of your bricks now and place it, as I often like to do here, between the inner groins, up high underneath the pubic bone, feet narrow, as a feedback to help this really fundamental action of taking the inner groins, and here you have the brick, back, and then engaging the gluteus muscles without taking the brick forward. So there's a sense of the muscles of the pelvis connecting to the legs and holding the brick if you've got that there. So the brick moves back, but then the muscles of the pelvis, the glutes, support the legs and the bricks. You can bring your hands to the lower belly. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a sigh out through your mouth, maintaining the space between your back teeth. So it's fine to keep the mouth slightly open and let the breathing move as it wants to move, through the nose, through the mouth, or both. Feeling the stability here in the lower belly, in this lowest part of the breathing body from the legs. And then inhale and bring your palms in front of the heart. Feeling the breadth, the circumference of the chest and of the diaphragm, front, back and sides. Moving through a sequence now to continue to wake up the breathing body as we now build more stability in the structural body. Inhale. As you exhale, quietly open your eyes, interlace the fingers and press the palms away. Elbows straight. So if you can't straighten your elbows like this, just have the hands separate instead. Inhale and exhale. With your next inhale, reach your arms up. Feel the back ribs. And then exhale, side bend to the right. But keep your left arm pressing back and the outer edge of your left foot pressing down. Elbows straight. Inhale to the center. Exhale to the left. Keeping your right arm pressing back, outer edge of the right foot pressing down. Elbows straight. Inhale to the center. Exhale, bring your palms together, and as you trace the line down through the center line of your body, let your attention follow your hands past the heart, past the belly. Keep moving the hands till they separate. And then inhale and bring your palms together behind your back, or you can clasp your hands together at the sacrum. Lift the kneecaps, keep the hips firm, and as you exhale, come as far forward as you can. It might just be here, it might be that you come further, but you keep the stability of the hips. You keep the shoulder blades moving onto your back. With your next exhale, clasp the hands together, stretch the arms, keeping your shoulder blades onto your back. As you take your arms up and over, there's a sense that the shoulders still stay connected onto the shoulder blades. Grip the hips, take your outer knees back. So from your shoulder blades and from your hips, inhale and come all the way up. Release the hands. Inhale, arms in front of you, right arm over left. Wrap the wrists in the hands, stretch the fingers. Exhale, bend the knees like Utkatasana. Brick goes back if you've got it. You still move the tailbone forward. Inhale, straighten the legs. The right arm keeps traveling up, left arm down. Either hovering behind your back or holding the hands if you can. Keeping that left shoulder back. Exhale to your capacity, come forwards. Staying with the stability of the arms and the legs. Inhale from the hips, from the shoulder blades, come all the way up. Exhale, release the arms. Left over right. Exhale, Utkatasana legs. Feel the back of the diaphragm. Inhale, come up. Top arm keeps going up. Right arm behind. Hover or clasp. Exhale, forward. From the hips, from the shoulder blades, inhale, come up. Bring your palms together. Exhale with a sigh or a sound as you bring your hands back to rest on the lower belly and close your eyes. Taking the brick out now. Your feet might want to come a little wider. Stretch your mouth wide. Take a sigh. Feel if there's any tension in the breathing body. As we build stability in the arms and the legs and the hips and the shoulders, we can sometimes habitually hold tension through our diaphragm, through our belly, through the chest. Find that same quality of groundedness through the legs and the hips that you had when the brick was there. The support here in the lower belly. And then inhale and bring your palms to meet in front of the heart. We're going to repeat the sequence of a few changes and more of an emphasis on lengthening the breathing. Inhale. Exhale, interlace the fingers, press the palms away. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hips slightly to the right, side bend to the right. You can look down, but keep the chest lifting up. Inhale. Hips slightly to the left, side bend. Inhale to the center. Exhale down through your center. Letting the hands move until they separate. Palms together. This time just one breath forward. So exhale and halfway through your exhalation, straighten your arms, clasp your hands. Inhale, coming all the way up and bringing the right arm over the left, all in one breath. Exhale, toes can turn out, and this time come down to a squat, only as far down as you can keep your heels on the floor. Inhale, come up, feet parallel, right arm goes up, all in one breath. Exhale, forward. Inhale, coming up and bringing the left arm over the right. Exhale. At the end of your exhale, the elbows can come in close. Inhale, feet parallel, left arm up. Exhale, strong legs. Inhale, coming up, palms meet in front of the heart. Exhale with a sigh or a sound. The hands can come back to the lower belly. If you want to shake a little in your body, if you want to move your hips a little, if you want to make a sound or a horse breath, let your breathing body guide you now. One last time, that same sequence. So now you can really follow your own rhythm. Find the stability in the legs, the hips, as if there was a brick there, taking it back, holding it steady with the glutes, shoulder blades onto your back. Feel your breathing body. Inhale, palms in front of the heart. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Palms together, inhale. Halfway through your exhale, straighten your arms. Inhale, come up and bring the right arm over the left. Exhale. Coming up and lifting the right arm up, feet parallel. Exhale. Coming up and bringing the left arm over the right. Coming up and bringing the left arm high, feet parallel. Inhale up and bring the palms to meet in front of the heart. Exhale with a sigh, hands to the hara or the womb. And just feeling your breathing body. Noticing how you breathe. What is the natural and easeful way that you breathe in this shape while you hold yourself in this shape? And how experiencing your breathing can also inform and teach you, show you where you're holding your body in ways that restrict your breathing. Can teach you and show you where you're not giving support to your breathing body, where you're collapsed. Quietly open your eyes. Bring your feet together if they've been apart. If you have bricks, take them wider and slightly behind you. For the standing poses, if you only have one brick, take it to your right side. So we're going to do a few simple standing poses, coordinating our breathing with that stability in the structural body. And the second time when we repeat the same posture, there'll be that invitation to rest our attention with the experience of breathing for some of you. So make your body strong as if you had a brick between your inner groins, taking it back, glutes firm, breathing body supported to be lifted. And then inhale and bring your fingertips at the chest so it feels like there's a buoyancy on the underside of the arms that helps lift the lungs. Inhale. With your exhale, you can jump or step the legs wide, extending the arms at the same time. Inhale. With your exhale, turn your left foot in, turn the right leg all the way out, and pause here. So you feel this shape, turning the root of the right thigh, pressing the outer edge of the left foot, elbows and knees firm. Inhale. Keep that stability in the hips and in the shoulders, shoulder blades. As you exhale, gripping the hips, gripping the shoulder blades, and take your hand to the brick or to the shin. And then pause here so you can feel your body again. Gripping your right outer hip forward, pressing the outer edge of the left foot down, pressing your left thigh back, pressing your shoulder blades, especially your right shoulder blade, onto your back to lift the lungs, the ribs. Bring a little more weight to the inner edge of your right foot and the outer edge of your back foot. Exhale, grip the hips and the shoulder blades. And then inhale from the hips and your shoulder blades, come back up and turn your feet forward, fingertips to the chest. And then exhale and jump or step the feet together. Pause, feel your breathing body. Again, inhale, fingertips to the chest. Exhale, step or jump the feet wide. Pause here. Feel the stability, elbows, knees, hips, shoulder blades. Inhale. As you exhale, turn your right foot in, the left leg out, and pause here. Once again, feel, are you turning the root of the left thigh? Are you pressing the right thigh back? Are you using your shoulder blades to lift the heart and the lungs? Inhale. Grip the hips, the shoulder blades as you exhale, and come into the posture. Pause here before you adjust so you can feel your body. And then with your next exhale, grip that left hip forward. Press the right thigh back. Bring the shoulder blades, especially the left shoulder blade, onto your back. From the stability of the knees and the elbows, the hips and the shoulder blades. With your next exhale, maintain that stability. Maintain it as you inhale and come up, and turn your feet forward, fingertips to the chest. Exhale, step your feet together. And then just take your feet a little apart, hands to the lower belly. Feel again if there's anything that would like to be released with a little movement or shaking even. Or in the sigh or sound of an exhale or horse breath. And then feel your breathing body. Which just means observe and experience the way your body is breathing now. The sensations of your body breathing right now. Quietly open your eyes and bring your feet together. So as we repeat this posture, there's the invitation for some of you, once you've established the structural stability, to rest your attention with your breathing. Inhale, fingertips to the chest. Exhale, step or jump wide. Inhale here. Exhale, turn your feet and right leg to the right. Pause here. Inhale. Grip the hips, the shoulder blades. Exhale, Trikonasana. So first, establishing the structure regardless. Feel the height you need under your hand that allows you to lift the chest up. Gripping the right hip forward, press the left thigh back, shoulder blades onto the back. And then soften or even close the eyes if you're stable. And experience your breathing in this shape, whilst maintaining the stability in your body. After your next exhale, engage the hips and the shoulder blades so you can inhale and come up with that stability, turning your feet forward, fingers to the chest, and exhale, feet together, pausing for a moment, feeling your breathing. Inhale, exhale, inhale, turning to the left, exhale. Inhale, engage. Exhale. Making your adjustments, gripping the hips, shoulder blades, elbows and knees. Find the position of the head that allows there to be a sense of ease, both inside the head and also in the breathing body. If you can maintain the stability of the structural body, then bring your attention to the experience of breathing in this shape. To the fluidity and ease of breathing. Then exhale, grip the hips, the shoulder blades. Inhale, from that stability come up. Exhale, Taking the feet a little apart. So for some of us, and when we are beginning a practice, or we're practicing asanas, postures that are new to us or challenging for us, then all our attention should be and needs to be with exploring and creating and holding that shape. And as the shape becomes more familiar, then we can become more subtle as we widen our attention to include the breathing whilst maintaining that shape. So right here, as you stand, this should be a more familiar posture. See if you can stand in a way that is still upright and with ease, supported and stable. And either with your eyes soft or closed, experience your body breathing. And quietly open your eyes, bring your feet together. We're going to practice Parsvakonasana in the same way, fingertips to the chest, inhale. Exhale, step or jump wide. Inhale. Exhale, turning to the right. Inhale, grip the hips, shoulder blades. Exhale, keeping the stability of the back leg, you bend your right knee. Bring your hand to the brick. Other hand first extends straight up. So just be here first, gripping the right outer hip forward, pressing the left thigh back, keeping the inner left thigh lifting from the floor. And then you can turn the top arm. Some of you will stay here. If you've got stiffness in the shoulders and the chest and your body is like this, you can also put your hand here, turning the shoulders without the heaviness of the arm. If you're stacking your hands in a straight line, you can turn the arm and come into the full posture, extending the arm past your ear. Exhale, grip the hips and the shoulder blades. From that stability, inhale and come all the way up. Turn your feet forward, fingers to the chest, and exhale, step your feet together. Inhale, fingers to the chest. Exhale, step the feet wide. Inhale. Exhale, turn your legs to the left. Inhale. Keep your right inner thigh lifting, outer edge of the right foot down as you exhale and bend your left knee. Grip your left hip forward as you press your right thigh back. Stretch the top arm straight up or hand on the hip, or turn the arm and extend it past the ear. So feeling the shape first of all. The stability of the hips, shoulder blades on the back that help turn the chest. And then exhale, grip the hips and the shoulder blades. From there, inhale and come up, turning your feet, and exhale. Taking your feet a little apart, hands to the lower belly, releasing tension in the jaw, in the diaphragm, in the lower belly. Feeling your breathing body. Bringing your feet back to hip width apart. Once again, we'll repeat the posture. Inhale, fingertips to the chest. Exhale, step wide. Inhale. Exhale, turning your left foot in, your right leg out. Exhale, hand to the brick. Keep extending the top arm up. The inner body lifts up, coming into the shape. Once you've got the grip of the hips, the actions of the legs and the arms, you can observe your breathing. Noticing how your body breathes within the stability of this particular shape. Then exhale, grip the hips and the arms. Inhale, from that stability come up. Bring your feet forward and step your feet together. Just pause, feel your breathing. Second side, fingertips to the chest, inhale. Exhale, step your feet wide. Inhale. Exhale. Turning your left leg out, your right toe slightly in. Inhale. Exhaling. Feeling how the actions of the legs and the hips bring stability to the lower body, the abdomen, the pelvis, and how the actions of the arms and the shoulder blades bring stability to the upper body, the chest, the lungs. If you're stable for the last few breaths, observing your breathing in this shape. Exhale, re-engage the muscles. Inhale, coming up from that stability, turning your feet, and exhale, feet together. Again, feet a little apart now. Stretch your mouth wide. You could do lion's breath. Or just a sigh and a shake. Bring your chair or your bricks in front of you again. Take your feet mat width apart. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Keep your thighs and your inner groins moving back. Exhale, legs stay strong as you bring your fingertips onto the chair or the bricks. Draw your entire ribcage forward. As you press your thighs back, even draw your pelvis forward. Either stay here if this is your capacity, or keeping the legs strong, bring your hands lower. Release your head, release your jaw, and notice your breathing. Notice where you experience your body breathing in this posture. In every movement, in every shape, we will experience our breathing in a different way. Inhale, concave your back. Exhale, hands to your hips, shoulder blades on your back. Grip your hips as you inhale and come up and stretch your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands down, hands rest on the lower belly. And then, if you have a brick or your foam block, you can take it again. For this next standing posture, Virabhadrasana 1, taking your legs wide apart, we will hold the brick or the foam block if you have one. If not, you just extend your arms forward without it. Elbows straight, groins back, grip the hips. Inhale, lift your chest, your ribcage, broaden your diaphragm. Exhale, reach the arms up. And to begin with, like we did earlier, extend the neck forward a little so that you keep the back ribs lifting up. Keeping that sense and awareness of the back body, bring your head neutral. So you're going to turn the left foot well in now and turn the right leg all the way out. Pause here. Have both knees completely straight. More weight to the outer edge of the back foot and the inner edge of the front foot. Make your elbows straight as well. Inhale. As you exhale, keep the back knee straight and bend the front knee. Drawing the right hip slightly back and the left hip forward, even as you press the left thigh back. Lift the back ribs up. Your face may lift a bit, but only with the lift of the chest. Exhale, grip the hips, and then inhale and come up. Bring the arms forward and step the feet together as you exhale. Take a sigh. Holding your brick, step your feet wide. Groins back, outer knees back. Extend your arms. Stretch the fingers, whether or not you're holding something. Inhale. Exhale. Reach it back and up. Turning your right foot well in. Left leg turns fully out. You can step your left leg slightly out to the left as well to bring more heel in line with heel, especially find it hard to balance. Both kneecaps completely lifted, legs straight, elbows straight. Inhale, keep drawing the right side of the body forward even as the right thigh presses back. Right hip, right waist forward. Keep the back knee straight as you exhale and bend the front knee. Back hip, right waist forward. Back ribs lifted. Inhale, come up, turn forwards. And exhale, step your feet together. Let's put the brick down for a moment if you're using it, so you can bring your hands to your lower belly, to the womb, the hara. Take a sigh if there's any small movement that wants to come to help release the breathing body. Then take that yourself. Find in your own body what needs support and what needs release. So if you need a rest now, you can come back into Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Otherwise, we'll repeat that posture one more time. So take your brick or your foam block, step your feet wide. Inhale, reach your arms up. Turning fully to the left, to the right. Inhale, exhale. Gripping the hips, drawing your back hip forward. Shoulder blades lifting the back ribs up. And now experiencing your breathing body, if you can maintain this stability just for a few breaths. Notice the way your body breathes in this shape. And then inhale, come up, and exhale. Step your feet together. So as well as noticing the way your body breathes, you might be beginning to notice how it feels and how you feel when your attention is aligned with your breath. Second side, step your feet wide. Inhale, reach your arms up. Turning to the left. Strong arm, strong leg. Back leg stays strong, bend the front knee. Always paying attention first to the form. And then once that's steady and stable, notice your breathing. How does your body experience breathing right now? And how do you experience yourself when you are witnessing your breathing? Inhale, come up, and exhale. Put your brick down, your feet slightly apart. Letting this once again be an opportunity to experience your breathing body. And perhaps even to notice how you feel when you are aligned with your breathing body. Let's come back to a dog pose now. If you need to rest, then come down to a child's pose when you need to. Whilst in a dog pose, as we've been doing, begin with the structural body. The stability, the arms and the legs. Make the elbows and the knees completely firm. Feel how as you press the thighs back and lift the arm bones, there's a lengthening of the breathing body. The abdomen lengthens. How you need to keep a breath in the back of the diaphragm in order to still breathe into the lower back ribs. And how as the dorsal spine moves in, there's more space in the top front chest as well. In your own time, when you're ready to inhale and step your feet forward, taking your feet wide, fingertips to the bricks, the chair or the floor if you can maintain a concave back. Thighs back, outer knees back, front of the ankles back, pelvis, rib cage forward. And then exhale and bring your hands lower to your capacity. As you release your head, quieten the brain. Keep the legs strong and observe your breathing. Inhale, concave your back. Exhale, hands to the hips, shoulder blades onto your back, hips grip as you inhale up. Stretch your arms up. Exhale, arms down. And then staying sideways, take your bricks or your chair in front of you. We'll do Parsvottanasana, coming into it this way. So stepping your right foot forward and left foot back. Not quite as wide as the previous posture, but the same stance. The back foot turned at an angle so you can press to the outer edge of that back foot. Pressing to the mound of the big toe and the inner heel of the front foot, both legs straight. Feel like you're drawing the left thigh and pelvis forward even though the front of the ankle presses back. Take your hands onto the hips, grip the hips, shoulder blades onto the back as you inhale. And lift your chest up. Don't think about anything going back. Lift your chest up as if your two shoulder blades were like hands lifting the heart. Keep the legs very straight. Glutes firm. Lengthen the skin of the front of the body. Inhale, grip your hips, take your attention to the outer edge of the back foot, the inner edge of the front foot, and come halfway forward, keeping your shoulder blades onto your back and your shoulders lifting. And your hands can come to your bricks or the chair. Keep pressing the thigh bones back like dog pose. Then move the pelvis forward. Move the rib cage forward, front, back and sides. Extend your pelvis forward. Extend your rib cage forward as the thighs press back. Either staying here, or if you have capacity to come lower, you can lower your bricks or bring your hands to the floor. Keep a sense of the front hip bones lifting. Stabilized by the grip of the hips, tailbone keeps coming forward. If you're steady in this posture and familiar with this shape, observe your breathing. Concave your back. Exhale, hands to your hips. Come all the way up, and again, concave your back. And then come neutral. Step your feet to hip width apart, hands to the lower belly. Observe your breathing. How the body loves to breathe. It loves the freedom and the naturalness and the ease of breathing. Even though that's expressed in completely different ways, depending on each moment, each shape, each emotion, each circumstance. Regardless, there's a naturalness when we're stable and yet at ease. Coming to the second side. Left foot forward, right foot back. Outer edge of the right foot at an angle, pressing that outer edge down, lifting the instep and the inner ankle of your right foot. Pressing the mound of the big toe and the inner heel of your left foot down. Grip the hips, especially this right gluteus at the back. Press that forward even as you press the thigh back. Thigh back, glute forward. Shoulder blades onto your back. As you inhale, you keep the back of the body lengthening and lifting. The front body lengthens even more. Keep the grip of the hips, take your attention to the outer edge of the back foot, the inner edge of the front foot. Keep the tailbone moving forward, especially those of you who are mobile. So we don't drop like this. Tailbone moves forward. Grip the hips. So there's a hollowing and a softness in the abdomen. Hands to the bricks or the chair. Thighs keep moving back as the pelvis moves forward. That includes the tailbone moving forward. And the rib cage, front, back and sides move forward. So there's an extension in the abdomen. And then exhale. Keeping that sense of the tailbone moving forward as you bring your head in so that the front hip bones stay lifted and the abdomen stays soft. The eyes come towards the knee rather than the shin. And observing your breathing. Concave your back as you inhale. Hands to your hips as you exhale. Inhale, come up and concave. Inhale, neutral. Turn your feet and step your feet together. Once again with the feet in a comfortable distance. Just experiencing your body breathing. Feeling the back of the body, as if there was water running down the back of your body. And coming when you're ready to one last dog pose. So as we've been doing, starting with the arms and the legs and the stability there, elbows and knees, completely straight and firm, hips and shoulders engaged. And whilst maintaining that stability and that tone, softening your attention into the breathing body. And coming down to a child's pose when you're ready to. Big toes together, knees slightly apart. Head supported, arms extending. So with the arms extended and inner upper arm still lifting, and your hips down. So if your hips aren't resting on your heels, then take a blanket there between the hips and the heels. If your head's not resting on the floor, take cushions or blankets there for your head. So the two ends of your spine, as it were, are resting. And with that, now notice your breathing in this shape. Notice how you breathe in the back of the body, in the back of the diaphragm. And once again, experience how you feel when you're observing your breathing in the back of your body. And then inhale and come up. Taking your blanket or foam blocks. So first, sit on your support. Take a brick behind you. Bend your knees. Take your right foot to the left side. So you're not sitting on your foot, it's on the floor to the side of your cushion or your blanket. And then your left foot, the ankle, top of the ankle goes in the instep of the right foot. So I'll show you from the side again, so you can see me as I come into the twist. See that you've got enough height under your hips that both sit bones are down, so that your left sit bone is also down. Slightly flex the left foot, spread the toes so that the outer ankle's hugged in. And then inhale and stretch your right arm up. And exhale, take it behind you onto the brick, which stand the brick up higher than whatever you're sitting on, so your elbow can be bent. Inhale, take your left arm up, feel the left ribs wide. And then exhale, take your left hand to the outer right thigh or knee. Your right hand presses down to keep your weight on your left sit bone. Your left hand pulls to help you turn. Keeping your weight on your left sit bone, turn your head first of all for a few breaths in the direction of your knees. And feel the back of your body on the left side. Lengthen it and widen it as you turn a little more, using your arms as levers, and let the head turn with you. Bring your chin just level with the breastbone, and then inhale, press your shoulder blades onto your back and lift your face. And then exhale, turn your neck to turn the head. And for these last few breaths, notice how your body breathes in this shape. Relax your mouth, relax your eyes. Grip the hips and inhale, come back to the center. Bring your legs in front of you. Bend your knees. Take your left foot to the right side. Your right ankle goes on the instep of the left. Thighs are straight forward. Change the height if you need to in order to keep this right sit bone down. Hug the outer ankle in of this right foot like that, so the hips stay firm. Inhale, stretch the left arm up. Exhale, take it to the brick behind you. So the shoulder goes back already. Right sit bone stays down. Inhale, take the right arm up. Exhale, take the right hand to the left knee or thigh and turn. Turning your chin in the direction of the knee. Keep your weight on the right sit bone. Feel the right side of the back of your body long and broad. Inhale. And with your exhalation, use your arms and the stability of your hips to help turn the torso more. Keep your chin now level with the breastbone. Inhale, shoulder blades onto your back. Lift your chest and your face. And then exhale and turn the base of your neck to turn the head. Keep extending your left knee forwards, pulling your right knee back. And notice how your body breathes. Just what it feels like in this shape. Inhale to the center. Notice your body breathing now. Extend your legs out. And notice your body breathing now. And then, again, if you have bricks, you'll have them just by your side. If not, you can do this posture without any props, but you might not stay so long. Chatushpadasana, or Satipanda, you're going to come and lie down. Having your feet hip width apart, a little bit away from your hips. Bring your shoulders a little narrow so the chest is lifted. Inhale, press the arms down, press the feet down. Exhale, grip the hips, shoulder blades onto your back to lift your hips up. Bring your fingertips to point to the ceiling first of all. So you can press the upper arms down, maybe take the upper arm bones a little more narrow. Press the four corners of the feet down. Pick the pelvis up. Press the sacrum in and lengthen the tailbone towards the knees so your abdomen is long. Keep pressing the arms down. So if you don't have any bricks, you just stay for as long as you are able to without any strain. And then come down slowly, vertebra by vertebra, curling from the top of your spine down to the tailbone. If you have bricks, place them at whatever height you need. So if you've got 2 bricks, you'll be able to moderate that height easily. You could have one flat and one a medium height, or both flat, or, as I just did earlier, both standing. The bricks come under the sacrum, not the lumbar spine, not the waist. And you want to place them so that they help move the buttock flesh down towards your knees. Turn the arms so the palms face the ceiling, and then hold the sides of the mat. So there's still an engagement in the arms and an engagement in the legs, but it doesn't have to be so strong now with the support of the bricks. Which means you can bring your attention more easily to the experience of how your body breathes in this shape. Not trying to do anything with your breath. You've already created a shape that is a home for the breathing body to express itself in its naturalness and ease. Where do you feel your breathing? Is it in your belly? Can you feel your diaphragm? Do you feel your chest? Is it in your nostrils? What does normal breathing feel like in this posture? And what do you feel like when your attention is aligned with your breathing? I'm going to inhale, engage the legs and the arms again. And 3 times, inhale and lift up. Exhale and lower just a touch. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up, and this time stay up. Remove your bricks. And take 3 or 4 or 5 breaths coming down, feeling each vertebra. So you want to bring each vertebra to the floor in turn from the top of your spine. So I'm feeling now the spinal bones, the vertebra in between my shoulder blades, just below my shoulder blades. I'm lifting my heels here and engaging the glutes and the abdomen a little bit to help curl even into the lower back. This is the point where we often just want to drop the hips and keep back bend in the lower back. So I'm curling the lower back, the lumbar, into a forward bend, taking the vertebra down one at a time, bringing the sacrum to the floor before the buttocks, and finally releasing the tailbone. And just let your hands rest back on the lower belly. Your feet can be a little wider than the hips and your knees resting together. And feel your breathing again. Broaden and widen the back of the body. Like the back body, the skin and the muscles spread from the spine out to the sides. Then bring your feet a little narrower and bring your right knee towards your chest, keeping your left foot on the floor. Bring your right knee down and your left knee towards your chest. Notice your breathing. Bring both knees to your chest. Hold the shins or the knees and notice your breathing. And then roll to your right side. And come to sit cross-legged. Widen the backs of the thighs. You can sit up on height if your pelvis is tilted back and your knees are high. And have support for your head, whether it's your brick or cushions. Keep your outer ankles slightly lifted from the floor, extending your inner feet, just so there's still a tone in the hips. That means you're stable there. As you extend your pelvis forward, extend the rib cage forward, extend the arms forward. And you only rest the height where the head feels at the same arc of extension of the rest of the spine. We don't want to just drop the head and collapse the chest and shorten the front of the body. So it's fine to rest your head on a chair, for example. And then notice the sensations of your body breathing in this shape. And how you feel as you rest your attention with your breathing body. Inhale and come up. Changing the cross of the legs, adjusting the inner groins down and the backs of the thighs wide. Keeping that tone in the pelvis, in the outer ankles and the outer hips as you extend forward and support your head. What are the sensations of breathing? Without manipulating your breathing, how does your body breathe in this shape? And then inhale and come up. And either staying as you are or adjusting your posture if you want to take a blanket to sit on, change the position of your legs, just to be seated for a few moments. Still with that stability. Eyes closed. As we did earlier, if you feel that there are any small movements or adjustments that will help you relax and release the breathing body, then take those. Maybe a yawn. See that your legs are supported if you're cross-legged, so you can use a blanket or the bricks like this at an angle to support the legs so they can really be grounded. It's not to lift them up, it's to help them feel the support of the earth. And so as our lower body rests into that support, as our shoulder blades lightly hold the lift of the heart, the lungs, the rib cage, upwards towards the sky. We can once again rest our attention with the naturalness and ease of our breathing body. Feeling the spaciousness within its naturalness and ease. The stillness within the movement. And the sense that anything can be included in this space. That even the doubts, even the judgment, the stories about yourself or others, can be held within the breathing body. So that the stories about reality can be held within your actual experience of reality. This you know to be true. This spaciousness, this ease. And yes, the turmoil that moves through the spaciousness and ease. All of it allowed. All of it included. If you would like to stay seated for longer, of course do. If you're ready to come to lie down in Shavasana, then very quietly open your eyes. Extending out your legs first. And then make your way to lie down with the head supported. Starting with the knees bent, so you can adjust the upper body, supporting the curve of the neck and the head, moving the shoulder blades down your back and wide, lifting the hips to widen the back of the diaphragm, to lengthen the top of the buttocks away from the waist, so the back body is wide and long, arms wide. Legs can extend out if that's comfortable, and relax. Feeling that the whole of the back of your body broadens on the floor. Widens like water flowing from the central axis of the spine out to the sides and beyond. Feel that your buttocks are widening as well, so you can use your hands to adjust a sense of width around the sacrum. Widening at the backs of the legs. And then noticing how your breathing moves in this shape, like a river along the bedrock of your own body, held on the earth. letting your own breathing do whatever it needs to do to release itself. And perhaps there's a spontaneous sigh that might come. Perhaps it'll become very subtle and soft. Let your body be guided by your breath as your attention rests in your breath. And as everything else that is here in your experience right now, in body, in heart, in mind, is also invited to rest and be held in the spaciousness of your breathing. When you're ready to, allowing the breathing to naturally deepen at its own pace as you move the fingers and the toes, hands and feet, ankles and wrists. Bring your hands to rest somewhere on the front of your body. Bend your knees one by one. Bringing your knees to your chest. Rolling to your right side with your head supported. Using your arms to lever yourself up. And bringing yourself back to a seated position. Where you can sit with the eyes closed. And the body supported to be upright and long. Bringing your palms to meet in front of the heart in a prayer position. As you feel your breathing once again. When we align our attention with the stories we tell ourselves about ourselves, with our self-doubt and our self-judgment, then those stories and beliefs themselves manipulate our breathing, which in turn manipulates our mind and our actions. When instead we choose to align our attention with the spaciousness and ease of our breathing body. And invite whatever narratives we're holding to rest within that spaciousness and ease. Then they can be met and held. And we remain very close to what we know to be true in this moment, in our experience. As you inhale, lift your heart. Maintaining the lift of the heart, exhale and bow your head. Bowing into the vastness, the spaciousness and ease. And bowing also to the extraordinary potential of yourself, unleashed from these ties of doubt and judgment. Held in the naturalness and ease of who you are. Namaste.